Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most tantalizing mysteries of our time, the truth hidden in UFO files. For decades, governments around the world have been quietly collecting data on unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, as they're now officially called. Whispers and rumors have swirled, but it's only in recent years that the floodgates have begun to open, revealing a reality far stranger than most of us could have imagined. It all started to change in 2017. That year, the New York Times published a bombshell report complete with startling videos from US Navy fighter jets. These weren't grainy, shaky clips from a backyard enthusiast. This was high-tech, forward-looking infrared, or FLIR footage. The videos, nicknamed Gimbal, Go Fast, and FLIR, showed objects performing maneuvers that seemed to defy the known laws of physics. They accelerated to hypersonic speeds without any visible means of propulsion, stopped on a dime, and made instantaneous turns that would crush any human pilot. Navy pilots like Commander David Fravor and Lieutenant Ryan Graves went on record describing these encounters. They spoke of seeing these objects on a daily basis off the coast of Virginia for years. They weren't just blips on a radar, they were physical craft, often shaped like a tic-tac or a cube inside a transparent sphere, displaying flight characteristics that baffled even the most experienced aviators. Their testimonies gave undeniable credibility to the phenomenon. It was no longer a question of if these things were real, but what they were. This public revelation forced the Pentagon's hand. In 2020, they officially declassified and released those 3 Navy videos, confirming their authenticity. The world was stunned. The US government was openly admitting that its most advanced military assets were encountering unidentified objects they couldn't explain. This was a monumental shift from the decades of denial and ridicule that had characterized the official stance since the days of Project Blue Book in the 1950s and 60s. But what was behind this sudden transparency? It turns out a lot was happening behind the scenes. In 2017, it was also revealed that the Pentagon had been running a secret program called the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, or AATEP. From 2007 to 2012, this program, with a budget of $22 million, was tasked with investigating UAP reports from the military. The man who ran it, Luis Elizondo, resigned in protest, stating that the subject was not being taken seriously enough. He became a key figure, a whistleblower from the inside, pushing for greater disclosure. Elizondo's claims were explosive. He spoke of metamaterials, alleged debris recovered from UAP crash sites that exhibited extraordinary properties. He hinted at a multi-decade cover-up and suggested that the technology being observed was generations beyond anything known to exist on Earth. He wasn't alone. Other high-ranking officials, like Christopher Mellon, the former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Intelligence, joined the call for transparency, arguing that these unidentified craft could pose a significant national security threat. The pressure mounted, leading to a landmark moment in June 2021. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence released a preliminary assessment on UAPs. This 9-page unclassified report analyzed 144 incidents reported by military personnel between 2004 and 2021. The conclusion was stunning. Of the 144 cases, they could only explain one. It was a large deflating balloon. The other 143 remained unexplained. The report categorized these phenomena, noting that they appeared to demonstrate advanced technology. They mentioned objects remaining stationary in high winds, moving against the wind, maneuvering abruptly, and moving at considerable speed, all without discernible propulsion. While the report stopped short of saying aliens, it explicitly stated that it could not rule out the possibility of extraterrestrial origin. It also considered other possibilities, like secret US technology, advanced drones from rival nations like China or Russia, or even natural atmospheric phenomena. However, for many of the most compelling cases, none of these explanations seemed to fit. The release of this report opened the door for even more discussion. In 2022, Congress held its first public hearing on UFOs in over 50 years. Top intelligence officials testified, showing new videos and admitting that the number of reported UAP encounters had grown to over 400. They established a new office, the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARO, to streamline the collection and analysis of UAP data from all branches of the military and intelligence community. The stigma was finally breaking. Pilots were being encouraged to report what they saw without fear of ridicule or career damage. This brings us to the most recent and perhaps most shocking developments. In July 2023, a former high-ranking intelligence official named David Grush came forward as a whistleblower. Testifying under oath before a congressional committee, Grush made claims that went far beyond anything heard before. He alleged that the US government has been running a top-secret, multi-decade UAP crash retrieval and reverse engineering program. According to Grush, the government is in possession of non-human craft, some partially intact and some fully intact. He claimed to have interviewed dozens of first-hand witnesses involved in this program, who shared details about its history and the technologies recovered. Most sensationally, Grush alleged that non-human biologics, the bodies of the craft pilots, had also been recovered from some of these crash sites. Grush's testimony sent shockwaves through the world. Here was a decorated combat veteran and intelligence officer with an impeccable record, making a sworn statement to Congress about a cover-up of extraterrestrial technology. He claimed that this information was being illegally withheld from Congress and the American people. He also spoke of a campaign of ridicule and intimidation against those who tried to speak out, and sadly mentioned some who had been harmed for trying to do so. His credibility and the seriousness of his allegations have pushed the conversation into uncharted territory. So where does that leave us? The journey from fringe conspiracy theory to a topic of serious discussion in the halls of Congress has been a rapid one. We have credible eyewitness testimony from our best military pilots. We have official, declassified videos and government reports confirming the reality of these phenomena. And now we have a high-level whistleblower alleging a secret program to recover and study non-human technology. Of course, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. While Grush's testimony is compelling, concrete public proof of crashed craft or non-human biologics is still missing. The next step is for Congress to use its subpoena power to investigate these claims further, to get the witnesses Grush mentioned to testify, and to see the evidence he claims exists. The truth, it seems, is slowly being unveiled. The once hidden files are being forced into the light, and what they contain could fundamentally change our understanding of the universe and our place in it. Are we alone? The evidence piling up from these once secret files suggests that the answer might be a definitive no. The story is far from over, and you can be sure we'll be here to cover every new revelation as it happens. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive. What do you think is the truth hidden in these files? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the world's greatest mysteries. See you next time.